thing I don't like, and you might probably disagree with me. Jordan didn't have to. It's not
He's
for
never
him.
said
It's not
anything.
for him to have to say that. I mean,
I mean, he never will. LeBron said this week Michael doesn't talk to him. He'll talk to him after his career's over, which is maybe because you wear 23, you're saying you're better than me. You're throwing the chalk toss and all that. How about I'm going to switch over, guys. From NFL, we got to get our basketball and baseball in. How about highlights of Wilt Chamberlain at 16 years old have surfaced? And this is just plain neat to me. For the folks watching on YouTube, sorry, doing a little editing here, trying to squeeze them in. So here's some old Wilt Chamberlain. He scored 90 points.
He scored 90 points in 28 minutes in the high school game. And he had 15 points in 1 minute. Every time you opened up the paper, you would read something about Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt's toughest competition back then came in the summers when he worked at the famous Kutcher's Resort in the Catskill Mountains.
I started playing against pros back when I was in high school. Up at Kutcher's, Red Auerbach was coaching me. He had me go against some of his Boston Celtics boys, and I used to like to try to beat him to death.
You saw a 16-year-old outplay 20-year-olds.
Against college All-Americans and kicking their butts.
Remember the name, Wilt Chamberlain. It'll probably make big sports copy for years to come.
This week, LeBron said Giannis would have scored 250 points in the 70s, Terry. And they wouldn't have let Kyrie dribble because he was a demon, basically. Well, maybe because every dribble is illegal according to the rules. But this brought up a lot of stuff this week, them going back and forth about the eras and talking about that the guys today would score so many points back then.
Everybody forgets
that was Rick Barry we showed you last week. Him talking about that.
Everybody forgets when Chamberlain was in college at Kansas.
Here's big boy.
Carolina won their first championship. This is before Dean. This is the Frank McGuire against Wilt Chamberlain. Basically, they got up early and then that was the birth of the Four Corners even before Dean got there.
Correct.
They just slowed the game down because there's no shot clock, and they just tried to. That was the best defense against Wilt Chamberlain, was don't give him the ball.
Look at this monster. Carmelo talking about the Rockets signed him, and this is kind of weird. Let him talk about him and Chris Paul. This is just this is today's basketball. Now remember, Melo was a really good one-on-one player, post player, right? Okay.
The talk is you the missing piece. This first preseason game, let me find the rhythm. I get it, shot fake, 1-2 dribble, pull up, bang. They like, no! It's a clip of me laughing, running back down the court like, yo, my bad. And I caught myself. And this is where like ego comes into play, because I'm like, you want me to take away everything that I built my career off of. This is why people know me. This is why people would want me on a team, especially with this team. This is what is missing. You missing a post-up guy, somebody who can draw double teams. You missing somebody who can score 4 or 5 different levels. So for me to come back and practice that week, they put something on the board that says shots per game, what we should score on fast breaks per game, what we should score on free throws per game. Mid-range, 12 or less. They break down the mid-range. Who gets to shoot mid-range? CP and me is the only one who do mid-range on that team. Yeah, I'm thinking, all right, cool. You gonna say CP, you got 6. Melo, you got 6. Nah, we want CP shooting majority because he's really effective and efficient. I say, duh. What's up with me? Melo, we gonna throw you 1 or 2 down there. Throw me what? Ooh. Talking about ego now. I had to really check my ego. I didn't argue it. I accepted it. They told me I was coming off the bench the day of the game. You brought me here to win a championship for what I bring to the table. And then you tell me, don't bring what you bring to the table. We want to win a championship with how we see you. Now, I can do what you want me to do. I'm not going to be as effective with that, though. And I can't come out the gate and shoot 10 to 13 threes a game without me getting to my bread and butter. So think about the mental aspect of that.
Oh, real comment on the last thing you said, though, Terry. When as a shooter, like, I always start at the free throw line, then work our way inside, and then back up to threes and find my rhythm. And that's what he's talking about in the game. Like, if you miss a couple shots, you get low and find the rim. Find that 10-foot thing. And then what he's saying is basically the NBA and what we've talked about for years, they're taking away anybody who has any type of skill. Like, just go stand in the corner. They made Carmelo Anthony go stand. That's what they're going to do to Durant here as soon as he can't beat somebody off the dribble here shortly. Yeah. I don't know.
No, I never was a Carmelo fan. I mean, I have never been because I've always said he never played defense. You just had him for offense. Now, between him and CP was a whole lot better defender and understood the game and run the game. But, that Carmelo, I never did understand a lot of times because people was like, we're upgrading our team by bringing him to us. I never did ever think that way as a plus for anybody he went to.
He was upgrading scoring, like you said. The defense
that's all you did.
Defense wasn't going to do, and that's what he's talking about. Why are you bringing me here to do this? All right, here's some other NBA news. How about this? See what you guys think. Y'all ready for the Seattle Supersonics to return?
Yes.
For the casual fan here is this is not putting NBA teams in Europe. This would be creating a league that is run by the NBA in Europe. For decades, the European leagues have produced great players like Jokic and Doncic, but have underachieved economically and underachieved with their fan bases. What the NBA sees is they see an opportunity to potentially move into places like London, to Paris, to Berlin, and potentially create a league. But it's not a done deal. The owners have not signed off on it yet. But I will say that when the NBA commissioner wants something to happen, and very clearly he wants it to happen, it probably will happen. Also, Adam Silver said today, NBA expansion, meaning Las Vegas and Seattle, is still not on the table. It's something that they're still pushing off. They're more focused on creating a league in Europe right now than they are expanding in the NBA. I still think we're going to see NBA expansion, but I think you're going to see European expansion, again, with a different league happening first.
So,
there you go.
No Supersonics anytime soon.
Where's John Kemp?
No Supersonics.
Well, team.
Oh my God.
What just happened? What did you do over there, Tom?
Tom turned stuff up.
That's impressive.
You bring a kid into a workman's man place and look what's happening.
Yeah,
The important thing
we can hear you. You got to hold your microphone the rest of the
The screw came out. The screw came out.
We'll have to fix that later.
What I was going to say is, is there a possibility a team could relocate there?
Right. Obviously, that's probably your
Still
only.
hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
That's probably your only.
Is that a like? I don't see where I don't like it with the NBA and having a league that forms. I think that what he was talking about is they're going to open another league.
Right, NBA Euro
over
League.
there. Yeah, that's what I think he's talking about.
NBA Euro League.
Because I don't think for the ACC they're going to eventually see this thing that they're doing with Stanford and California is not legit. I mean, you take the teams that leave from here when they go to California. They're staying for 2 days or 3 days to play them teams from out there.
Terry, how does this shot go in?
I know he shoots like that all the time, but you don't change it.
Is
if
he
he's
left-handed or right-handed?
Is
he left-handed or right-handed?
Well, he's left-handed.
Left-handed.
Yeah.
So his left
but
hand
look where
is
his
pointing
hand
into
is. I agree.
His left hand is pointing into the stands at the bench.
I know.
That's what the right hand's for, to help
Listen,
direct it.
Why do you change something though when he's hitting? You don't. I mean, it's the hardest thing in basketball for me to figure out. I can go out there and show him.
We drafted him second, but Michael Kidd-Gilchrist second, and he shot, I thought, the worst basketball I've ever seen. And that right there, it may be worse than Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. But at least he hits better. MKG couldn't hit nothing. We still picked him second because he could play defense. Whoop-de-doo. I think we picked him, Tom, after Andre Iguodala got that MVP in the finals, and our GM's like, oh, look at this. If he gives up a triple-double to LeBron, we might make the finals. Stupid Hornets. This is the dumbest stuff ever.